also live on GTV and streaming live on Facebook and YouTube at Ghana Broadcasting Corporation. You're most welcome. A virtual and physical external court session of ECOWAS will open on Tuesday, October 19, 2021 in Nigeria. 11 cases, mostly against member states, have been listed for judgment by the Community Court of Justice. The president of the court, Justice Edward Amoakwa-Sante, said the session, the first by the present College of Justices and Judges since the assumption of duty in 2018, will also hear 40 other cases, either virtually or physically.
The president of ECOWAS Court explained that while court sessions were normally held at the seat of the court in Abuja, Article 26, 1 of the protocol empowers it to sit in the territory of another member state as dictated by the circumstances or facts of the case. He said that such sessions would allow the court to bring justice closer to the grassroots for the benefit of indigenous citizens who could otherwise not afford the attendant cost of litigation in the seat of the court. It will also provide an opportunity for citizens to observe the court in session, sensitize the public, and engage with stakeholders. Justice Edward Amoakwa-Sante said that the opening and closing ceremonies of the two-week session will be the first in the history of the court to be live-streamed since the court began such sessions in 2007 in Bamako, Mali. He said it is also evident that the court is making some progress in deploying technology towards reaching out to more of the region's citizens.
President Akufo-Addo says the Commander Sugar Factory will be fully operational by the first quarter of 2022. The president, who announced this on day one of his two-day working visit to the Central Region, said industrialization remains Ghana's topmost priority for his government. We have our Central Regional correspondent, Kofi Sechiama Pobi, on the line. Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon, Michelin.
Good to have you join us again.
Yes, Michelin, again.
What has been the people's response to the president's visit so far?
Yes, when we spoke in the morning, indeed, the people were expectant of the president's visit, and then as part of his itinerary, the president did hasty calls on some chiefs. So we just moved from the Obama Palace, that is in Cyprus, where we had an expected who are come to gather around the palace, where the chief of Ugwa and his people and his center right was waiting patiently for the arrival of the president. Because the president has earlier inaugurated, inspected a TVET project at the Technical University, where it is the multifaceted laboratory and engineering lab where they can have resources to train people in mechanical welding, among other engineering courses.
Well, how did the people receive the news with regards to the revamping of the Commander Sugar Factory?
Well, this Commander Sugar Factory thing has been there for years. There have been some kind of politicking with the revamping of the commercial, the Commander Sugar Factory. You know that recently the former president, John Dramani Mahama, was in the region. And as part of because he also accused government of leaving such a project. So in the president's report, he said that indeed they are finding every way suitable to make sure that they revamp the Commander Sugar Factory. And then according to the president, the Minister for Trade and Industry and the Minister for Food and Agriculture are spearheading the revamping of the factory. And now, according to the president, he is saying that by the first quarter of next year, that is 2022, something is happening. The people within the region, especially the Commander entry, you see that the criminalization of the Commander Sugar Factory has now come on stream. So I believe that one of the best news that the people in the region were all expectant. The president has also given them assurance that indeed by first quarter of next year, the specialization of the commander sugar factory will come on board. Because everything is now done through the Ministry of Trade and the Ministry of Food and Agriculture.
Kofi, I was speaking with my colleague, our Central Regional Correspondent, Kofi Sechiamapopi, who is currently on tour with the President as he tours the Central Region. Today is day one. He's given an assurance that come 2022, the Commander Sugar Factory will be operational. Moving on to Bolga now, where traders at the Bolgatanga animal markets in the Upper East region are appealing to the government through the Bolgatanga Municipal Assembly to give the market a facelift. The sanitation situation at the market has become worse following last night's heavy downpour. Correspondent Samuel Ayama has more on this report. Well, we have sincerely apologized for the lost in sound. We'll bring you the story in the course of the bulletin. But now let's come back to Accra, precisely to Shiashi, where access to the boundary road from the Tete Kwashi interchange has been closed to traffic to facilitate repair works on the 500-meter portion beginning from Shashi. Our correspondent Abdul Rahman Sani is at the construction site and is standing by to tell us more. Sani.
Yes, Ms. Lynn, I'm reporting live from, as you said, a section of the boundary road here at Shiashi, which connects residents of East Legon to the Central Business District of Accra. We know last Friday the Ghana Highway Authority announced that this section of the road will be closed for some maintenance works. Midnight Friday, the section of the road was closed and was expected to be open to traffic on Sunday. But the contractor has now requested an extension of 2 more days to be able to complete the work. The reopening of the stretch is a huge relief to motorists and residents of East Legon and Shiashi. But those lining up the stretch are not happy with the pace of the work because it has not been asphalted, and that has resulted in dust all over and affecting business lining up the stretch. So as you can see, motorists are using the stretch, but some of the residents here are complaining about the non-completion of the work and the fact that the dusty nature of the stretch is affecting their operations here. Motorists are not stopping by to buy anything from them. So I'll be engaging one of the residents here for her to tell us how she feels about the work and what has been the impact on her operations. Madam, thank you for your time on GBC News. Exactly your activity here. Yes, you can. So you heard from one of the who is running a business, calling on contractors to speed up the work so that the effect dust disrupting their businesses here can be. We spoke to the contractor who said because of the disruption as far as the use of the stretch is concerned, that is why they have to suspend the work so that Friday they anticipate a reduction in the flow of traffic on this stretch. And once that is achieved, they'll be able to resume work, and hopefully by Sunday they will complete with the asphalting of this stretch so that they will offer the relief they are seeking to offer to residents on this stretch. Reporting for GB News from Shaki, my name is Sani Abdurrahman.
Well, you just heard my colleague Abdul Rahman Sani, who was reporting from Shashi, where access to the boundary road from Tetekwashi interchange has been closed to traffic. You're watching News Hour live on GBC News, your News and Governance channel. Time to take a quick break. We'll be back shortly. Please do stay. Yeah.
Good morning.
It's a good morning, and we serve you breakfast.
Not just any breakfast.
Sizzling healthy.
And there's much more on offer on GTV breakfast.
So what's your pleasure than Votrasia at that time of the morning?
You want it served buffet style, complimentary breakfast?
On-site restaurant.
Or room service?
We've got you covered.
From Monday to Friday at 6 a.m.
With a trusted team.
So never skip breakfast.
On GTV breakfast.
There are strong women whose stories teach us perseverance, logic, decisiveness and self-confidence. Being strong is not just about physical abilities, but also emotional, intellectual and mental strength. This Voice is a platform to hear and share stories to encourage women and girls. Women are the real architects of society. It is they who provide the foundation of power, grace, wisdom, justice, creativity and hope. Join us live every Monday at 4 p.m. on GBC News and GTV, Wednesdays live at 4 p.m. on GBC News and a repeat on Saturdays at 4 p.m. on GBC News and Sundays at 3 p.m. also on GBC News. Women's Voice. No one can make you inferior without your consent.
It is a nightmare dealing with the filth in Accra. The gutters are choked with garbage. The streets are a jumble of filth. The beauty of the serene beaches is marred with human feces and plastics as many defecate in the open. Residents are up in arms when the situation gets out of hand.
Because of these meetings, you can't even stand there for even a minute. As we speak here, if the mosquitoes even refuse to breathe on it.
Partners in sanitation suggest alternative policy interventions.
Landfilling is not the way forward. We are recommending treatment facilities.
But in all of this, have we made gains in the sector?
How can you have a people who have a lot of dignity and still practicing open defecation?
The task facing Ghana to achieve SDG Goal 6 on clean water and sanitation for all is Herculean and riddled with equally complicated hurdles. Join us every Thursday on Wash Up from 4:05 p.m. to 5 p.m. as we seek to put these issues and more in perspective. Watch a repeat on Fridays from 1 to 2 p.m. and on Sundays 9:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. It is our duty to keep our surroundings clean and free from disease.
You're welcome back. Thanks for staying on. Political parties in Ghana have agreed to abolish monetization of politics in the country. This was the consensus at a stakeholders engagement on the issue in Accra. My colleague Walker Bronoma sat in for GBC News and he joins us in the studio now. Hello, Dr. Walker. Thanks for coming.
Yes, good afternoon, Micheline.
Which parties had representation on the panel?
Yes, we had people from the Great Consolidated Popular Party, from the also from the PPP, that's Progressive People's Party, NDP, NDC, and a whole lot of even the NPP. You know, these two political parties, you cannot do away with them.
They were all present.
They were all present, including others. Yeah.
What was the consensus?
Yes, they have all agreed to do away with monetization of politics. I mean, the political system where people, when getting towards election, you know, people have to pay money to other people to induce and do all those things. You remember recently the MMDC's elections. You hear people paying money to assembly members to just to induce them to be able to vote for them. So they are saying that it is not good. So they have to work together to ensure that they take all these things off the system.
Did they highlight some of the things they are going to do? Because it shouldn't be just mere talks. What are some of the things they all agreed on to do to curb the monetization of politics in Ghana?
Yes, some of them are saying that the way of when people, I mean, there's a congress, a political party congress like NDC and NPP. Of course, we mentioned those parties because they are the big parties in the country now. So people will ask people from maybe Accra to Kumasi or Bolgatanga and pay them money to go because of they want a particular candidate, they want them to vote for them and all that. They said they have to abolish all these things or they have to stop all these things. Others are also saying that why should we allow individuals to fund a political party for the fact that when the person or the candidate wins, he has to pay back, and not even locally, only locally, but I mean people are having concerns about why should we allow international organization also to also do that, that they think it will influence certain things in the country. So they're asking that all these things must be abolished.
Thank you very much for a detailed report for our subsequent bulletin. I was speaking to our colleague Walker Abronima, who's starting for GBC during the political party's consensus on the monetization of politics in Ghana and the way forward. Well, in other news, the United Nations Children Fund is partnering the Ghana Health Service to educate the public on the dangers of lead poisoning and its prevention in some selected municipalities of the Ashanti region.
Lead poisoning is caused by a buildup of lead in the body, usually over months or years. Exposure to lead can disrupt brain development, cause anemia, and affect child growth. Statistics from UNICEF indicate that about 1 in 3 children globally have blood lead levels. This is because more children are exposed to the burning of waste, use of lead products, paints containing lead components, and canned foods. A survey which provided an analysis of child lead exposure in 5 countries, including Ghana, showed that lead components in usable water in Ghana was above normal. It was also found in the breast milk of some breastfeeding mothers. The Deputy Ashanti Regional Director of Health in charge of public health, Dr. Michael Roxinejay, entreated parents who are located in areas where artisans operate to be cautious about their health and that of their children.
The effect of lead on the body is inexhaustible. Commonly, when lead gets into the body, it gets into the brain, our bones, our kidney, our reproductive system, every part of the body.
The education campaign is ongoing in communities including the Fijai Kwabre South, Swami, Asokore Mampong, Otafo, and Aswa.
We will take you back to Bolgatanga, where traders of the animal markets in the Upper East region are appealing to the government through the Bolgatanga Municipal Assembly to give the market a facelift. The sanitation situation at the market has become worse following last night's heavy downpour.
Current state of the Bolgatanga Animals Market. According to the traders here, they have over the years appealed to government through the Bolgatanga Municipal Assembly to give the place a facelift or relocate them to a better place. But all efforts hasn't been successful. The place can now be best described as a dam or a dugout. We are here to talk to them and then find out how this situation is affecting their business here.
We are suffering, especially rainy season. Look at how the place is full of water. We can't even stand ourselves. And here we rent it. The government did not give us any place. We rent this place. Every month we pay 500 for a month that we are paying for this place. We cry for the government to help us, even to find a place for us. They said there's no place. So we rent this place and every month we pay 500 Ghana for the distance, for the place we are in. Yet the place is, we try to them to even come and help us, make the place good for us. They say there is no money.
Look at you can see the environment. It's not good at all. The sanitation here, sanitary conditions here are very, very appalling. And I think that you people have to talk to government or the assembly to come to the aid of the people here.
Look, this Bolga is just a big town for this business. And see the way our market is. Every place is meshed up with water. And we don't know the problem. Actually, anytime I see this thing, I'm always sad. I'm very disappointed. I don't know how the assembly is planning or the government is planning for the people. I don't know. Actually, I'm very sad about it.
The situation became worse following last night's heavy downpour. For GVC News, Samuel Ayama reporting, Bolga.
Time to take another breather. We'll be back shortly. Please do stay.
Live from GBC Studio 1, this is the Breakfast Show. Live from GBC Studio 1, this is the Breakfast Show. Live from GBC Studio 1, this is the Breakfast Show. Live from GBC Studio 1, this is the Breakfast Show. Live from GBC Studio 1, this is the Breakfast Show. Live from GBC Studio 1, this is the Breakfast Show. Live from GBC Studio 1, this is the Breakfast Show. Live from GBC Studio 1, this is the Breakfast Show. Live from GBC Studio 1, this is the Breakfast Show. Live from GBC Studio 1, this is the Breakfast Show. Live from GBC Studio 1, this is the Breakfast Show. Live from GBC Studio 1, this is the Breakfast Show.
Welcome back. Thanks for staying on. The overlord of Dagban, Yana Abubakari Mahama, has launched the Dagban Development Fund project in Tamale, the northern regional capital. Part of this project is to redevelop the seat of the overlord, the Bewa Palace, estimated at 20 million Ghana cedis. The Yana has therefore called for the support of all for a successful project and for the deepening of unity in the kingdom. This was at a joint first full council meeting of the Dagbon Traditional Council and Dagbon Development Committee in Tamale.
The Dagbon Development Committee says the redevelopment of the Bewa Palace project is expected to affect 115 houses around the palace. Currently, the palace sits on about 4 acres of land, and this will be expanded to cover more than 33 acres. When completed, the modern palace complex will have a structured hall, a cultural center, museums and apartments for the overlord's wives, security posts among other facilities. Lead architect of the committee subcommittee on the Bewa Palace redevelopment project, Alhaji Sharif Savannah, took participants through the project. He also presented the architectural design for the construction of the Dagbon Traditional Council complex. At the meeting were traditional leaders and stakeholders in the region. The overlord acknowledged the importance of the Dagbon development project and called for peaceful coexistence. The former chief executive of Stanbic Bank, who is also the chief of Pishigu traditional area, Alhaji Al-Hassan Andani, called on all in Dagbon to support the redevelopment of the Bewa Palace. He says it will serve as a model of unity and peace for national and international recognition.
Appeal to the chiefs and people of Dagbon to first and foremost be the owners of this document, to put the money where their mouths are, and to lead in the contribution of raising funds to implement this document. We've also appealed to leaders of the ground groups, the forum, and all of the well-meaning governments in and out of this country to join forces to ensure that we can fully implement a strategic development plan that will come out of this initial document.
This project will be funded by the people of Dagbon. Meanwhile, steps are being taken by the Dagbon Development Committee to compensate persons whose homes will be affected by the project. Organizations, groups and individuals who wish to contribute to the project can do so by donating to Dagbon Development Bank account 80211 800 1339 at Ghana Commercial Bank.
Expansion works on the maternity ward of the Menchia Government Hospital in Kumasi have started. The project by the Otumfuo Seitu the Second Foundation is expected to bring on board additional 30 beds to the existing 16-bed facility. Healthcare delivery at the maternity ward of the Menchia Government Hospital in Kumasi is being seriously affected by inadequate space. The hospital management say when the number of women in labor is at its peak, they have no option than to allow some of the nursing mothers and their babies to sleep on mattresses on the floor. Although the hospital has enough beds, the maternity ward cannot accommodate more beds due to limited space. In response to a plea by management of the hospital, the Otumfuo Seitu the Second Foundation initiated the expansion project for the maternity ward. The project, estimated at 440,000 Ghana cedis, is scheduled to be completed in 10 months. A sword cutting ceremony for the commencement of work was performed by Otumfuo's Hiahene Oheneba Boachije. On behalf of the hospital, the medical superintendent, Dr. Kumaruddin Hussein, expressed gratitude to the Otumfuo Foundation for the expansion works.
We are much grateful for the correspondent and for the Otumfuo Foundation board and their representative. They've been so helpful, and we are much grateful that we are able to collaborate to put up this edifice for the Menchia Government Hospital to expand the maternity ward.
The project, when completed, will have a host of modern facilities. The work is being undertaken in partnership with Jobeck Foundation. As the radio is standing by with the business segment, please do stay.